It's hello,
What's
welcome back.
Yes, what's up, everybody?
As you
The
can
vinyl
see,
community.
Danny is back.
Yes. Hey, I gotta
His
say,
best friend.
I know the vinyl community is fantastic. I have to say, in reading through the comments of the videos that we post, you have a very active and engaged following, which is fantastic, right?
I love it, and it's getting better and better. And what I love the most, that the people, the viewers, amongst themselves, they start discussions, and I love to see that. And I'm always sitting back and reading it and don't want to get into that. I really love that. You're right. That's a great thing, the discussions. I love them too. But today, our most favorite genre, new records.
Yes. New Record Thursday.
You like to start?
Sure. Why not? All right. So first on the list, and I know we kind of talked a little bit about possibly doing a soundtrack special one of these days. So let's see what the comment section looks like after this.
Good idea.
And see if people respond to it, because I have the fabulous Alexandre Desplat and his soundtrack recording, which is absolutely magical.
Okay.
I believe this was recorded. Some of this stuff is according to the label anyway, world premiere recording, versions with flute and orchestra. And to those who may not be familiar with Alexandre Desplat, he is the famous guy who wrote the soundtrack to the Budapest Hotel.
Ah, okay.
Have you seen the movie?
Yes.
Oh, it's a classic. I mean, it really is one of the funniest movies you could possibly watch. And so this contains the soundtrack or a couple of cuts of the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Okay.
It also has The Shape of Water, which he did. By the way, I have not seen the movie, but the music is fantastic, fabulous. Porter, by the way, thinks so too. Can you see Porter in the video?
Of course I can see him. I'm only looking at him. I'm not looking at the record. I'm just watching him.
That's right. The vinyl community, this is Porter, one of our dogs. Anyway, so The Shape of Water, Airlines, which is fantastic. So great record. Highly recommended. Came out on Warner Classics.
Okay. You like it how it sounds? It's digital, it's analog, but doesn't matter. If it's good, it's good. Yeah.
I'm sure it's digital, Michael. Unfortunately, unlike the FDA, which mandates that food processing and all that is listed at the back of every food label, we don't have any such thing on the Record Society. And so I have no idea. I mean, my guess is this was recorded probably last year or the year before. So it's digital, I'm sure. But like I said in my first part of the equipment video, I'm not beholden to, it's digital, it's analog. Hey, if it sounds great, it sounds great, right?
It does. Right. You're right.
So staying in the genre of soundtracks, which I told you, I think I think there's potential that people are really going to like that.
Yeah, the potential, there are unbelievable good soundtracks. The potential I'm not so sure about, but anyhow, go ahead.
The clicks will tell.
Clickbait.
That's right. Yes, there you go. World's first live clickbait. So this is absolutely fabulous. This is the wonderful Anne-Sophie Mutter.
Yes.
Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And John Williams, obviously, and she does the Star Wars for the last 2-3 movies, I believe. And so you've got Rey's theme on here. There's Yoda's theme. Luke and Leia, phenomenal. And then
the music is much more better than the movies.
Yes, unfortunately, I have to agree with you. The movies were,
They destroyed it.
You know,
They
it's
destroyed it.
Disney cashing in, right? I mean, I think they paid Lucas, what, $5 billion for the catalog and the rights, or $3 billion, whatever it was, one of those B's. And, you know, pure cash in. I think they should have left it at the first 3 movies and that was it. You know,
the other 3 I liked very much, the one that Lucas did, but what this other guy did, Abrams. But come on, we talk about the music.
Exactly. But so here's a cool thing. So this record came out, I want to say 2 years ago, maybe. Yeah. So the first side has the 4 cuts on it. You can obviously, can you see that? Yes.
I see that. Yeah.
And then you flip it around. Oh, you've got a Death Star on it.
It's an etching. Beautiful.
Yes, it really is.
How does it sound? How does it sound?
So the etching sounds very etched. The needle just keeps jumping all over it. I'm just kidding.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. No, phenomenal.
Great.
Reference quality sound. I'm not good.
I don't know if you have mentioned it, but I saw it's Deutsche Gramophone, the label.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, you know, you and I talked about that briefly just a couple of days ago. You know, DG, Deutsche Gramophone, they have gone through what I would call almost like a revival of sorts. Because, you know, obviously, as we all know, sadly, unfortunately, whatever adjective you want to use, you know, classical music is a small niche, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, frankly, I always wondered, like, what's going to happen with DG, right? I mean, Deutsche Gramophone it's an institution for classical music. Yeah. But I think they did a good job. They pivoted to, you know, this new classical generation.
Very interesting that you speak of this, because you know, Johan Johansson, they put out some of his recordings, but I think at the beginning of May, you know him, Michael from Note and Archive with his band, Balmoray.
Yes.
You can pre-order the new record from them over at Deutsche Gramophone.
Wow.
You're kidding? Oh. I'm not kidding. Unbelievable.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah, of course. I've heard it. It's a fantastic album. And those are the newer releases that Deutsche Gramophone are into, and that's a very interesting and very good thing that they do that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you see that or hear that on my thing?
I hear that. You want to take it? I make a little interruption.
It'll go off. It'll go off.
Okay. So now I show a record I got 2 hours ago. Big box set.
Wow.
Keith Jarrett. Sandberg Concerts, piano solo, recorded in Japan, 10-disc set. You know what? I unbox it now. It's only a shrink wrap around.
Live unboxing.
Live unboxing, but it's only with the shrink wrap. It's out of the box. Give me a second here.
So that box set, it's supposed to be all analog.
Yeah, it's supposed. Yeah, I can't say something about it as I haven't listened to it. But come on, let's have a look inside what we have to expect. Okay, the outer package is a bit cheap. I think. Really? Yeah, you know the Wildflowers from.
Yeah.
Tom Petty. It's the same principle with like a book. The records are like in a book, but okay, nice booklet. I show you. Open it here, and then you have the booklet, and here are the records. But you know what I'm missing? I think they should have created another part where you can put it inside. So
almost like a slip cover.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. This is missing, but come on. If it sounds good, it's all right. I have the number 1,787 out of 2,000. But for a 250 euro box set, they could have done a little more appealing box
cover.
Yeah, but come on, we'll see.
Hey, 10 records.
10, exactly, 10 analog. If they are analog, come on.
I wonder if they pressed it at Palace or GZ or whatever. Probably GZ. I don't know. Who knows?
Let's hope for Palace.
Is it?
I hope. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I haven't been into it at all. It just came 2 hours. I ordered it very quick because I was afraid that it may be out of print very soon. But 2,000 is quite something. But my number is quite high.
Yeah, it's not available in the US until I think later this month.
Really? But I think you can, it's hard to get in the US. I read about that, but I think you can get it over from Chad Kasim over at Acoustic Sound. You can order it.
Not yet. I think later this month. They're getting the shipments in. So I have mine on pre-order, so we'll see.
So this was just a show off. I can't tell you how it sounds.
Put it on. Put it on the record.
I don't think YouTube will like that.
That's true, unfortunately. What else do you have, Michael?
No, you make another round. Come on, and then I'll chime in again.
Okay, so we're moving from the wonderful scoring of movies and feature motion pictures into classic soul, gospel soul, funk, soul funk, etc., with the phenomenal Mavis Staples.
Oh boy, great.
So, do you have this? I think you do.
Which version is it? Is it
live in London?
No, I don't have that.
Oh, Michael. Sort of like the Anne-Sophie Mutter reference quality live recording.
Okay, from which label put it on?
What is this? Anti.
Okay.
ANTI.
Okay.
Never heard of it. Yeah. Three sides. I believe there's an etching on the fourth, kind of like the Star Wars thing.
Once more with the etching.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's the Death Star on it, though. So it might as well be, because I tell you, you listen to this, it's phenomenal.
You're happy with it, okay?
Live, punchy. It's got shove. The drums are kicking. Her voice, unbelievable. I mean, it jumps out of the speakers at you. It's phenomenal. Very, very well done.
Cool. Great.
I recommend it. And I think it's a $20 record. There's obviously two records in it, 3 sides. It's a $20 record, 1995. Nice. Bargain. Fantastic.
Great. Okay, if you do the etching, let me chime in. I do the etching too.
Please.
Not much of a cover, as you can see, or maybe not. This is Alba Noto, and he does his ambient electronic version of The Cure's A Forest.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic, beautiful album. As I said, ambient, and also with an etching.
Nice.
Because it's only one side. The song is 10 minutes. It only has 300 copies. And after 2 days, it's almost hard to get. So if you are into Alba Noto, which you should, look out for it over at Discogs or eBay. And
for $500.
No. But if you see the price is around $60. But that's that's the original price. I don't know why to explain, but it's a fantastic release from Alba Noto. He does a gorgeous interpretation of this A Forest from The Cure, which by itself is an unbelievably beautiful song. And that's my etching of the day.
Nice. We're etching each other on. Look at that.
Really?
So staying sort of in the Mavis Staples kind of genre, not really. This is fabulous. So interesting. It's Lie Love It. It's his last release. Okay. And Chad Kasim pressed this at QRP.
Which is always good.
I believe so. So interesting story. I'm sure Chad won't mind that I share it. Which is a horrible imitation of Chad. He sounds nothing like it. He sounds a lot worse. Just kidding. So I Love It. Apparently, Chad really pressed Lyle to put out the C side. So it's 2 records to put out the C side as a 45 RPM. And man, it's on Lost Highway. So Rick Rubin's label. Absolutely phenomenal recording. I Love It. I mean, come on, an institution.
Right.
And so interestingly enough, it dawned on me when I picked this up, I realized that I do not have, unbelievable as it may sound, his first 3 albums, which I think are among his finest, that I don't have them on vinyl. So I'm like, okay, wow, let me start looking. Believe it or not, the first 3 records, very hard to find in mint condition, and not exactly cheap either. I mean, prepare to spend, $20, $30, $40 for those original first pressings that are now, I mean, gosh, I think the first one was like 87, if I'm not mistaken, or 88 even. Hard to find. You'll have to do some digging.
And I think they probably didn't do much in 87.
I doubt it. I doubt it. Phenomenal music. And this last album of his, absolutely to die for. Great sound, great lyrics. I mean, he's an institution, right? So highly recommend it. I love it.
Cool.
Let's see. What else do I have in my bag of goodies? Okay. Switching to jazz. So this is a good one. You're going to like this. So my friend, who's a dealer he's got a hi-fi shop and a record shop down in Newport Beach. He turned me on to this phenomenal Miles Davis record, Live in Tokyo.
Okay. This
is a reissue. It's got the OBI strip on the side, of course. It's a Japanese reissue. Phenomenal live recording. I believe this came out in, what was the original? I think 71, somewhere around there, 70, 71, if I'm not mistaken. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful live sound. Ron Carter is on it. Obviously Miles. The sound is, it sounds like they had the mics pretty far back. Because on some of these cuts, and I guess they probably changed up the recordings throughout the sessions, but on some of them, the mic is probably fairly far behind, and you can really hear a nice open sound stage. Wonderful, wonderful record. Highly recommended.
Is it hard to get? Is it hard to get? No?
$20 on eBay or Discogs.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure it's still in print. Because Mike, my friend, he just got these in like 2 months ago again. So I'm pretty sure they're still in print. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, must have. And of course, I mean, Miles in Tokyo, the Japanese went crazy. Sure. So phenomenal recommendation. Moving along. Oh, here's a good one. Speaking of Lost Highway and Rick Rubin, although this is before him. Johnny Cash, Easy Rider. Okay. So this is his greatest hits compilation on 2 LPs from the Mercury years. So this is all of his 80s and 90s stuff that he did. Cool. And I mean, there's so many. Well, obviously, it's the greatest hits album. Duh. So it's got Veterans Day. Let's see, That Old Wheel, Let Him Roll, fantastic. Going by the Book, The Wanderer. I mean, it's a phenomenal 2 LP set. Nice liner notes in here, and highly recommended.
Who put it out? Which label does the remaster?
UME. Universal. Yeah.
So when you showed Johnny Cash, that reminds me of things. Have you seen the new series from Vinyl Me Please? the country.
Yes.
They put out the fabulous Johnny Cash Live at Folsom Prison, done by Ryan K. Smith. And did you get one?
I did not.
Me neither. What shall we do now?
Yeah, I know. Look on Discogs. No, you know, look, Ryan is obviously an incredible mastering engineer, cutting engineer, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sure it's going to sound fantastic. You know,
But Danny, are you sure that it's over, or you think in 2 weeks they have another 500 and you can? I hope so. But
that's a great question.
I really hope so, because otherwise, come on, with that this nonsense with Lush Life from Kraft, and now with Johnny Cash Live at Folsom Prison, it's a terrible marketing bogus, or how you call it in English. I have some German words for that.
It's all right.
What the fuck? I mean, come on.
I agree. Yeah, that's probably, you know, material Gesprächsstoff for another.
For a video by its own, yes.
For video by itself, because I totally agree with you, Michael. I think it's starting to get a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, it's and by now, you know, anyone who pays attention has caught on to the fact. And so you have, it's like the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, right? We've been looking to get a PlayStation 5 since it was announced in November. It is now March. You still can't get them anywhere. And it's like, okay, guys, I mean, obviously we're talking two totally different things. You know, I get all that. I you know, don't mention it in the comments. What I'm getting at is you have scarcity, very limited releases, and it's, you know, people talk about the what's going on, people pick up on it, and now you end up with stuff on eBay. I mean, it's hilarious. Lush Life was on eBay for $600 before anyone record.
Exactly. And now it's out, and I tell you, I'm not, to say it carefully, 100% convinced by this release, if you consider the price of $99. And then there are some things they could have done better for sure. And oh my God, this is not a good development. It's not a good development. Now let's see what happens in the future. Okay, sorry to interrupt you, but I thought when you showed Johnny Cash, I had that on my sleeve.
Vinyl Me Please. Yeah. We need to do a Vinyl Me Please.
You need to. I will do another one. I've done 2 so far, and I like, in most cases, I really like them, although they do some strange stuff now and then.
Yes, agreed. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how. Did you see the Sun Ra that was announced yesterday?
Yes.
So I ordered it, and I think that's an extremely limited release as well. I would be shocked if they did more than 500 of that.
Exactly. Yeah, but Sun Ra on splattered vinyl.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm an old man, but
no, you're not.
It's not the guy I put together with splattered vinyl in a way. But come on, I have to get used to it.
Yeah, I know. Back to soundtracks.
Yes.
Metroland.
Okay.
The Great. I mean, this is, you know, obviously, you know, as you can tell from the subtext here, Mark Knopfler, absolutely phenomenal, beautiful scoring, beautiful guitar work. He's done a couple of these soundtracks now. There's one other one that I'm trying to get. I don't believe it was ever released on vinyl. And of course, don't ask me for the title. I forgot. I just know I don't have it. And I'm like, hopefully it'll come out, but this is fantastic. This just came out too. I want to say like within the last month, because I just got this last week. Absolutely beautiful, great recording. I don't know how much influence he has on sound and sound quality when these sessions are being recorded. My guess is he must.
I think so too when it comes to Mark Knopfler. Yeah.
Because this stuff sounds phenomenal. Great, and cheap, $19, $18. Great album.
Which label? Again, Universal?
This is Warner.
Warner.
Yep. This came out on Warner. Yep. Phenomenal. And of course, shame on me. I've yet to see the movie. That's how much of a movie buff I am.
You have the soundtrack. Come on.
I review the soundtrack before I even see the movie. But
if you like the soundtrack, you will see the movie.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yes. What else do you have, Michael?
I have one thing that blows me out of my chair. It's again from the Rasta Noton label, and it's Grisha Lichtenberger, his latest installment on a double vinyl. And I said it in my video about electronic music recently. When you have a great sounding electronic release, they sound spectacular.
Yeah.
They have sound stages. They are so three-dimensional, and this is, once again, this is one of those kind of recordings. It's
wow. Okay.
Fantastic. It's Grisha Lichtenberger from Rasta Noton, and if you want to try something new, if you aren't to him, very special. It's fantastic. One of my best sounding records, and really something different to, let's say, a kind of blue. Highly recommend it. Sometimes you have to try something different, and sometimes you are really surprised. And that's
Do you have any other stuff?
Pardon?
Do you have any of the other releases?
From Grisha Lichtenberger, I have everything.
Of course.
Yeah, but he's fantastic. He is.
Yeah.
Alva Noto and Grisha Lichtenberg, fantastic.
Wow.
Have you ever been into this two guys?
No, I've heard their names pop up now and then. Never got into it, but now that you recommend it, of course, I must get it.
Yeah, but I think it may be difficult to get them through retailers in the US. I think your best choice may be Discogs for those kind of releases. There you can find, because otherwise the shipment will kill you. So
yeah, sure.
Try Discogs for those releases, and I promise you won't be disappointed. Of course, if you don't like electronic music, you probably won't like it. But if you have an ear for also electronic music, this will have some impact.
Wonderful. I'll have to check that out. Packaging looks nice too.
Danny, your turn.
All right. What do we have? So I brought this one up when we did our my first part of the system preview or reveal, whatever you want to call it. And so this is Rene Laflum, who is very much an extraordinary recording engineer. I don't know, forgive me if I say it incorrectly, Rene. I don't know if he actually works for Nagra or with Nagra. He's very closely associated with Nagra. He uses all their equipment. And he came out with the Audiophile Analog Collection Volume 1, I want to say about 4 or 5 years ago. It's his recordings, minimally mic'd, like I said, all analog, recorded on, I believe, a Nagra 4S tape machine, portable tape machine. or the big one, what is it, the 1T? T1? I forgot what it's called. 1T, I think. Sorry, Nagra T. That's what it is. It's the Nagra T. I don't know if you can see that.
That's perfect. Now we can see them perfect. You should do that with every record short.
Put it up there.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's a perfect position to see it. Yeah, thank you.
Probably what's even better is if I hide behind it.
So yeah, that would be the best, but I don't want to be so unpolite, Danny. Sorry.
That's right. So this is phenomenal. It contains that, if you recall, when I was talking about the optical cartridge, I mentioned the recording of an organ in Canada that Rene did. And it's probably a must-have, it's not probably, it is a must-have recording of an organ in the real world.
Okay.
That will literally shake your home's foundation. There's a challenge. So the first pressing of this, they had a bunch of defects, so they're repressing it. So it will be available again very shortly, or shortly in the grand scheme of things. Run out and get it. The first one is out. It's still out and available. Equally as incredible sounding, phenomenal music. I think the first one actually has Henry Mancini's Pink Panther theme on it.
Okay.
Which is phenomenal.
Never bad listening, yeah.
Yes. And so
again, the soundtrack, Danny, this is almost a video about soundtracks.
Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely. I love soundtracks. Not all of them, but obviously, I mean, tens of thousands of movies out there. But there are soundtracks that I think are, from the perspective of just being a soundtrack, far more involving than the movie itself, which is kind of ironic, right? And so
there might be people who disagree, but not in the vinyl community, probably.
That's right. That's right. Whatever. I mean, whatever. If you disagree, that's fine too. But I find that there are certainly movies that the soundtrack, speaks much more highly of the movie, I think, than actually the movie itself, right? But then, and then there's crossover soundtracks for movies as well, right? I mean, there's what was the, oh gosh, what's the name of it? David Bowie. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank here. Cat People.
Cat People, okay.
A classic example, David Bowie recorded that song, and it doesn't show up on any of his records. It's only on that soundtrack, and it's phenomenal, right? So anyway, what else do you have?
I have one more.
Ooh. What is it?
This is Felicia Atkinson. Felicia Atkinson is one of those avant-garde neoclassical electronic artists. Spoken word, sound collage, here very heavy on the piano. And to my surprise, and this is a rare event when it comes to this avant-garde music, this Felicia Atkinson album, which is titled Echo, sounds phenomenal.
Wow.
It's not on the easy side. It's very artsy. Is that a word?
Yeah.
And
in English, everything's a word.
Okay. Okay. And it sounds fantastic, and it's an incredible, beautiful listening. This album.
Okay.
Highly recommended if you once more want to try out something left and right of the usual music fields. Comes on dark green vinyl.
Okay.
There are 300 copies out there. Again, not much, but once more, fantastic listening. Felicia Atkinson's Echo.
Wonderful.
Came out last week.
Last week?
Mm-hmm.
We're on top of things, Michael.
We are. So those are my records I put out for our video. Do you have still one or two more?
I have one more.
Okay.
This is another one of those records where if someone says or asks me, hey, you know, vinyl, I get it, da 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 da, but do records have bass? Do records have dynamic range? How could they have dynamic range, right? How could they have any bass on them, right? No, let me play something for you. It'll flap your feet for you. So this is a friend of mine recommended this about 6 months ago. New Zion with Ciro or Cyro, however you pronounce it. The album's called Sunshine Seas. Let me hide behind.
Thank you.
Yes. It comes out on Rare Noise Records.
Okay.
Came out in 2016, still in print. It's a double LP. Nice gatefold. Absolutely great. Ambient, reggae, dub.
Cool.
Unbelievable.
Cool.
I'm not kidding. So, you know, obviously, you know, it's truly a phenomenal recording. And believe it or not, so here's what I did. I ordered it I directly from the label. And I also ordered the CD.
Mm-hmm.
The CD sounds nothing like the LP.
Okay.
You know, CD.
You listen to both.
What's that?
And you listen to both, so you can
listen to both. You know, switch between them back and forth.
Great.
The CD sounds like AM radio.
Okay.
You know, it's amazing. You know, I don't know what the answer is, but the LP absolutely phenomenal. Really, really good. If you're into that,
Danny, I really have to say, I really have to tell you, great albums you put out. I'm sure in most cases I haven't heard any of them, and it's so great to see. In my case, I love it when I see records I haven't heard anything about and can dig into it. That's for me the best thing that can happen in a video. So I really have to thank you for your beautiful listening tips and recommendations. Great stuff. I hope for the viewers too, but I think so.
Likewise, Michael. I
only had 3 or 4. And you will also comment with me.
Absolutely.
Like you always did. And we provide the viewers with a list.
Yes.
But not right now when the video is out. So the very early watchers will have to come back and then we will have a list because your working day just started.
At 5:30 in the morning. Yes, I've been on multiple calls already. But anyway,
this is
my Zen hour of Zen, right?
And in one of our next video collaborations, we talk about the guy next to you, behind you.
Yes, we will.
Okay, great.
People have been asking about it. We have to cover
we have to do that. We started a story and we have to tell it to the end.
That's right. That's
Jenny,
right.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
I hope to see you shortly.